Welcome to the channel. In this video, we are exploring the 5 most valuable and expensive ultra-rare United States Susan B. Anthony $1 coins. These dollars are more than everyday coins. They carry powerful history, unique design features, and surprising market value that can reach impressive levels in top condition. Stay with us as we uncover why these Susan B. Anthony dollars have become prized treasures in the world of numismatics. First up, we're going to explore the most valuable and rare, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with the Denver D mint mark stands as one of the most fascinating and closely watched modern US dollar issues, a piece that continues to captivate enthusiasts who appreciate coins that blend bold history with unexpected scarcity. Although it was once dismissed in everyday circulation, time has reshaped its reputation, transforming select 1979 D examples into prized treasures within advanced collections. For collectors who value overlooked coins that later rise in status, this dollar represents a compelling mix of cultural meaning, numismatic intrigue, and steadily growing market demand that keeps it firmly in the spotlight today. To understand its importance, it helps to step back to the late 1970s, a period when the United States Mint was searching for a practical replacement for the bulky Eisenhower dollar. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced in 1979 as a smaller, lighter coin intended to revive dollar coin usage while honoring a major figure in American history. Struck at the Denver Mint, these coins were part of the first year of the series, making them historically significant as the starting point of a bold experiment in U.S. coinage. They also reflect a cultural shift, as this was the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real woman rather than an allegorical figure, creating a tangible connection to the social movements of the past. The design itself gives the 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar its unmistakable identity. The obverse displays a sharp, dignified portrait of Susan B. Anthony, framed by crisp lettering and the clear D mint mark near the rim, instantly tying the coin to its Denver origin. The reverse continues the tradition of American symbolism with an eagle landing on the moon, adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, linking the coin to both progress and national pride. Struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, the coin measures just over 26 millimeters in diameter and weighs 8.1 grams, but in high-grade uncirculated condition its surfaces can appear remarkably bold, with frosty luster and strong design contrast that elevate its visual appeal. While millions were produced, true rarity emerges when condition and variety are taken into account. Most 1979 D dollars entered circulation and quickly picked up where, making sharply struck, uncirculated examples far more difficult to locate today. Collectors pay particular attention to coins with exceptional strike quality, clean fields, and full design details, as well as subtle varieties tied to die characteristics. The challenge of finding a pristine specimen, free from bag marks and handling flaws, is a major reason demand remains strong and competition can be intense when top-quality pieces surface. In today's market, the value of a high-grade 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar reflects this scarcity at the upper end of the condition scale. While circulated examples trade for modest sums, uncirculated coins certified by major grading services can command dramatically higher prices. Depending on grade, eye appeal, and any recognized variety, market values commonly range from around $1,000 for strong mint-state pieces to as much as $8,000 for exceptional examples that rank among the finest known. Auction results and private sales show that collectors are willing to pay premiums for coins that combine first-year status, sharp strikes, and original luster. For collectors pursuing this coin, careful selection is essential. Priority should be given to professionally graded examples, as certification provides confidence in authenticity and condition. Examining the coin under proper lighting helps reveal surface quality, strike strength, and any distracting marks that could limit long-term value. Purchasing through reputable dealers or established auctions reduces risk, while proper storage in inert holders and minimal handling help preserve the coin's condition and protect its investment potential. Beyond numbers and grades, the appeal of the 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar lies in its story. It represents an ambitious moment in U.S. minting history, honors a pioneering figure in American reform, and offers collectors the satisfaction of owning a coin once underestimated, but now increasingly respected. That combination of history, artistry, and scarcity continues to draw in numismatists who appreciate coins with depth and character rather than fleeting trends. What further strengthens the allure of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the Denver D Mint mark is the way it bridges the gap between modern coinage and classic collecting principles. It reminds seasoned numismatists that rarity is not defined by age alone, but by survival, condition, and collector perception over time. As more high-grade examples disappear into long-term collections, the available supply continues to tighten, quietly reinforcing its market strength. This gradual shift has turned the coin into a conversation piece at shows and auctions, where its clean lines, historical importance, and first-year status are increasingly appreciated. This Denver-minted Susan B. Anthony dollar stands as more than a modern curiosity. It is a tangible connection to the past, a symbol of change in American coinage, and a prized collectible that rewards patience and knowledge. For collectors seeking a meaningful edition with lasting appeal, the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar remains a compelling pursuit and a strong reminder that true treasures are sometimes hiding in plain sight. And secondly, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and misunderstood modern U.S. dollar coins, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 with the Philadelphia P Mint mark, a coin that many people have handled, spent, or ignored without ever realizing just how much potential value and historical importance it can carry in the right condition. This video is not just about another dollar coin. It is about how a controversial release, a bold design choice, and a short-lived series created certain examples that now stand out as highly collectible and surprisingly valuable in today's market, especially for collectors who know exactly what to look for. The 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar holds a unique place in U.S. coinage because it represents a major shift in both design and intent by the United States Mint, as it was the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real woman rather than a symbolic figure. Introduced as a replacement for the larger and heavier Eisenhower dollar, this coin was meant to modernize American currency and encourage everyday use of dollar coins. While the series struggled with public acceptance, that very failure is part of what makes certain 1979 Philadelphia issues so collectible today, especially well-preserved examples that survived decades of neglect, mishandling, and circulation. To truly understand this coin, you have to step back into the late 1970s, a period marked by inflation, rising metal costs, and a push for efficiency in coin production. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of Susan B. Anthony dollars in 1979, many of which entered circulation immediately and were heavily used. However, during this first year of issue, the Mint faced challenges with striking quality, die preparation, and public confusion due to the coin's similar size and color to the quarter. As a result, many coins were poorly struck or quickly damaged, making high-quality survivors from the Philadelphia Mint far scarcer today than raw mintage numbers might suggest. The design of the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is both historic and distinctive, beginning with the obverse portrait of Susan B. Anthony herself, designed by Frank Gasparo. Her stern and realistic likeness, framed by the words Liberty and the date 1979, gives the coin a bold and almost metal-like appearance. The small but clear P Mint mark appears just above the shoulder, a detail that becomes especially important when evaluating authenticity and strike quality. On the reverse, the coin features a powerful image of an eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission, with Earth visible in the background, symbolizing America's technological achievement and progress, all encircled by the legend United States of America and $1. When it comes to rarity, the real story of the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is not about how many were made, but how few survived in truly high-grade condition. Most Philadelphia minted examples show weak strikes, flat details on Anthony's hair, and dull surfaces from bag marks and circulation wear. Coins that retain strong detail, original mint luster, clean fields, and sharp design elements are far more difficult to find than many collectors expect. This is especially true for coins graded in the upper mint state range, where even a small improvement in condition can result in a dramatic jump in value. Collector demand for the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar has steadily grown as more collectors revisit modern U.S. coinage and recognize the historical significance of short-lived series. Within the Susan B. Anthony dollar series itself, the 1979 Philadelphia issue stands out as a first-year release that captures the full story of the program's ambitions and shortcomings. While it does not belong to the Wheat Penny series, it plays a similar role in its own category by marking the beginning of a bold experiment, making it a foundational coin for anyone building a complete or high-quality SBA dollar collection. In today's market, the value of a 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar varies widely depending on condition, eye appeal, and grading. Circulated examples typically trade close to face value or slightly above, often ranging from $1 to $3. However, uncirculated coins with strong luster and minimal marks can sell in the range of $20 to $60. Once you reach professionally graded examples and higher mint state levels, values can climb significantly, with top-tier specimens bringing several $100s or more at auction, particularly when certified by major grading services and displaying exceptional strike quality. For collectors hoping to find or invest in this coin, condition is everything. Focus on examples with sharp details in Susan B. Anthony's hair, clean fields with minimal contact marks and bright, original luster rather than dull or clean surfaces. Certification by a reputable grading service can add confidence and liquidity, especially for higher-end pieces. These coins can still occasionally be found in old mint sets, inherited collections, or dealer inventories where they were overlooked for years due to the series' past unpopularity. The 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar tells a powerful story about change, experimentation, and the evolving priorities of U.S. coinage, making it far more than just a small dollar coin that failed in circulation. For new collectors, it offers an accessible entry point into modern numismatics with real upside potential, while seasoned collectors appreciate its historical importance and the challenge of locating truly premium examples. Its combination of first-year status, cultural significance, and condition rarity ensures that it will remain an important and respected coin within the broader landscape of U.S. dollar coins. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is how its reputation has slowly shifted over time, transforming from a widely criticized circulating coin into a sleeper collectible that rewards patience and knowledge. For years, these coins sat ignored in drawers, bank vaults, and collections because they were seen as awkward, unpopular, and too common to matter. Yet that long period of neglect is exactly why pristine examples are now so difficult to locate. As we wrap up this deep dive into the 1979 Philadelphia Susan B. Anthony dollar, keep in mind that this coin represents just one chapter in a fascinating series filled with surprises, varieties, and hidden value. In the next video, we will move on to another Susan B. Anthony dollar that collectors often overlook, but that can command even stronger prices under the right circumstances. So stay with us and continue the journey through America's most intriguing and valuable dollar coins. And thirdly, we're talking about the most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare, the 1980 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with the Philadelphia P mint mark is often dismissed at first glance as an ordinary modern dollar. Yet hidden within this short-lived series are examples that have reached astonishing heights in the collector market, transforming a coin once ignored in pocket change into a symbol of unexpected wealth. Released during a time when the United States was struggling to replace the paper dollar, this coin marked a bold moment in American monetary history, and while millions were struck, only a microscopic fraction survived in the kind of condition that drives jaw-dropping prices today. What makes this coin so fascinating is not its age alone, but the way condition, strike quality, and preservation can elevate a simple copper-nickel dollar into a 5- or even 6-figure treasure when the right characteristics come together. For collectors and investors, the real magic of the 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar lies in its top-tier mint state examples, especially those graded at the absolute peak of the scale by professional grading services. Coins certified in near-perfect MS-67, MS-68, or higher condition are extraordinarily rare because this series was notorious for weak strikes, contact marks, and dull surfaces straight from the mint. Finding a 1980 P coin that escaped heavy bag marks, retained sharp detail on Susan B. Anthony's portrait, and still shows full original luster is like finding a needle in a haystack, and that rarity is exactly what fuels explosive value. In elite auctions, these finest-known specimens have sold for staggering sums, shocking even seasoned collectors who once viewed this coin as forgettable. What truly drives prices into unbelievable territory is the brutal reality of survival rates. While over 40 million 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollars were minted, almost all were mishandled, spent, or stored carelessly in massive mint bags where coins slammed into each other, destroying pristine surfaces. As a result, population reports show only a handful of examples surviving in the highest grades, and that tiny supply is chased by a global pool of serious collectors who must own the best to complete their registry sets. When two determined buyers clash over one of these top-graded coins, prices can skyrocket in seconds, turning a $1 face value coin into a headline-making sale worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Another powerful factor behind the value of the 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is its place within a short and controversial series. The coin was only produced for circulation from 1979 to 1981, with a final issue in 1999, making it one of the shortest-running U.S. dollar designs. Its small size and resemblance to the quarter caused confusion, leading to public rejection and low circulation demand. Ironically, that failure is what makes the series so desirable today. Collectors are drawn to coins with a story, and the Susan B. Anthony dollar represents a rare moment when the U.S. Mint took a risk, honored a historic American woman, and created a coin that would later explode in collector importance. Market value for the 1980 P issue spans a breathtaking range, depending on condition. Worn or circulated examples are common and modestly priced, but once you step into high mint state territory, the numbers climb rapidly. An average uncirculated coin might be worth a small premium, yet a sharply struck, brilliantly preserved specimen in elite condition can leap into the tens of thousands, and in the most extreme, record-setting cases, into territory that feels unreal for a modern dollar. This dramatic value gap is why experts constantly warn collectors never to assume a coin is worthless based on its date alone, because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is often invisible to the untrained eye. Professional grading is the gatekeeper to these massive prices, and it plays a critical role in unlocking the true worth of a 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar. Coins authenticated and graded by respected services gain instant credibility and global market access, allowing them to compete in high-end auctions where serious money flows. A single point difference on the grading scale can mean a jump of thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, which is why careful handling, proper storage, and expert evaluation are essential. Many of the most valuable examples known today were once overlooked in collections before being rediscovered, graded, and revealed as elite survivors. The idea that a simple US dollar coin could change a person's financial future may sound unbelievable, yet history has proven it time and again. Rare coins have created millionaires, funded retirements, and transformed ordinary collectors into overnight success stories. The 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar embodies this possibility perfectly because it is exactly the kind of coin people still find in old rolls, forgotten drawers, piggy banks, and inherited collections. One extraordinary example is all it takes, and that chance keeps collectors searching, inspecting, and hoping that their next discovery could be life-changing. This is why spending old US coins without checking them first can be a costly mistake. What looks like spare change could be a silent asset waiting to be recognized. The surfaces, the sharpness of the strike, the absence of marks, and the overall eye appeal can mean the difference between $1 and a fortune. The 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is a powerful reminder that value is not always obvious, and that patience and knowledge can unlock wealth hidden in plain sight. In today's market, demand for high-grade modern U.S. coins continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby and registry set competition intensifies. This rising demand collides with a fixed and tiny supply of top-quality 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollars, creating the perfect conditions for sustained high values. As more coins are locked away in long-term collections, availability shrinks even further, pushing prices upward and reinforcing the coin's reputation as a modern rarity with serious financial weight. What makes the 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar even more compelling is the psychological gap between what people believe it is worth and what the market has proven some examples can actually achieve, because most Americans still associate this coin with failure and inconvenience rather than prestige and rarity. That misunderstanding has allowed exceptional specimens to hide in plain sight for decades, quietly waiting for the moment they are examined under proper lighting, magnification, and expert eyes. When such a coin emerges with blazing original luster, razor-sharp details, and minimal surface contact, it instantly separates itself from the millions of ordinary survivors and enters a completely different financial universe. This is where a $1 coin stops being spare change and becomes a competitive trophy chased by elite collectors, auction houses, and investors who understand that true rarity is not about how many were minted, but how many still exist in flawless condition today. So if you have ever wondered whether a modern US dollar could be worth far more than its face value, the 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the Philadelphia P mint mark delivers a clear answer. It is proof that unimaginable wealth does not always come from ancient gold or silver, but sometimes from overlooked coins sitting quietly in everyday places. Take the time to check your collection, your old jars, and your forgotten boxes, because one exceptional coin could be your ticket to a story of discovery, rarity, and value that few ever experience. And at the end, we're going to explore the most valuable and ultra-rare, the 1981 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar holds a particularly intriguing and highly sought-after position. This coin represents a compelling chapter in modern U.S. coinage, blending a brief mintage period with a public reception that turned it into a sleeper hit for collectors. Its appeal lies not only in its connection to a pivotal figure in American history, but also in its status as a coin that was largely overlooked upon release, only to become a prized treasure for those who recognize its nuances and conditional rarity. The current market demand for this issue in exceptional grades is a testament to its growing legend, captivating enthusiasts who seek both historical depth and numismatic significance in their collections. The historical context of the 1981 D. Anthony dollar is deeply interwoven with the coin's initial failure in circulation. Minted at the Denver Mint in 1981, this coin was part of the final regular production year for the series before its abrupt cessation after 1981 and its brief, limited revival in 1999. The series itself, launched in 1979, was the U.S. Mint's first attempt at a small dollar coin intended to replace the cumbersome Eisenhower dollar, but its size and similarity to the quarter led to public confusion and rejection. The 1981 D was produced in this atmosphere of indifference, meaning vast quantities entered circulation and were subjected to wear, while many others were stored by the Mint and later released into the Federal Reserve System. This coin serves as a tangible, if unintentional, monument to a well-intentioned but flawed monetary experiment and to Susan B. Anthony's enduring legacy in the fight for women's suffrage. Unique features of the Susan B. Anthony dollar are epitomized in the 1981 D strike. Its obverse features the dignified profile of Susan B. Anthony by Frank Gasparo, making her the first real woman to be depicted on a circulating U.S. coin, a landmark in itself. The reverse showcases the iconic eagle landing on the moon, a motif adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, symbolizing American achievement. The coin's 11-sided inner rim is a distinctive security feature and aesthetic element. For the 1981 D, the D mint mark is prominently displayed to the right of Anthony's portrait. In pristine, uncirculated condition, the coin's luster is sharp and satiny, with the design's finer details, like the lines of Anthony's hair and the feathers of the eagle, standing in bold relief. This visual appeal is crucial to its collector value. The rarity of the 1981 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar is not found in its overall mintage, which was substantial, but rather in its condition-specific scarcity. While hundreds of millions were struck, the vast majority entered circulation and quickly acquired nicks, scratches, and were from public disdain and pocket use. Consequently, finding examples in true, unimpaired mint state condition, particularly in grades of MS 66 and above, is a significant challenge. Coins that avoided commercial channels and remained in original mint bags or rolls are the primary source for top-tier specimens. This conditional rarity, where high-grade examples are vastly outnumbered by circulated pieces, is the central driver of demand and value for this issue, turning a common coin in low grades into a numismatic gem in superior preservation. Market value for the 1981 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar reflects this dramatic divide between circulated and pristine examples. A worn circulating coin may be worth only a small premium over face value. However, in certified mint state grades, the values escalate sharply. An example graded MS 65 might trade in the range of $100 to $200, but as one ascends into the peak population grades, prices become far more impressive. A superb gem MS-67 can command prices from $1,000 to $2,500, while the absolute finest known examples, certified as MS-68, have realized auction prices firmly in the $4,000 to $8,800 range. This steep valuation curve is fueled by the coin's historical importance, its perfect storm of public neglect ensuring few survived without marks, and the intense competition among registry-set collectors vying for the finest specimens. For collectors pursuing this captivating coin, several strategic tips are essential. Prioritizing professionally graded and encapsulated coins by services like PeaceGS or NGC is paramount, as the subtle differences between high mint state grades significantly impact value and are best judged by experts. When examining raw coins, one should look for fully struck details, original cartwheel luster free of hairlines or cleaning, and absolutely pristine surfaces. Any contact marks can drastically reduce the grade and value. Purchases should be made through reputable auction houses, established dealers, or numismatic trade shows with good provenance. Engaging with the specialized community of Anthony dollar collectors can also provide invaluable insights into current market trends and newly discovered top pop specimens. The 1981 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar's journey from a rejected circulating coin to a numismatic prize is further underscored by its fascinating production nuances and the specific circumstances of its preservation. While the Denver Mint produced a significant quantity, the coins were largely released into an indifferent public and a banking system that had little use for them, leading to rapid handling and wear. However, a substantial number of coins were also stored by the Treasury and released in waves over subsequent years, primarily for use in postage stamp vending machines and transit systems. This delayed circulation meant that while many coins eventually saw use, a fortunate subset remained in original mint-sewn bags, untouched and awaiting discovery by savvy collectors and dealers. This unique release pattern created a population of coins that, while not rare in an absolute sense, are exceptionally rare in the context of pristine gem-quality survival, setting the stage for its modern desirability. The visual and tactile appeal of a high-grade 1981 D specimen cannot be overstated and is a primary driver of its passionate collector base. In grades of MS-67 and above, the coin exhibits a stunning, uniform luster that ranges from a soft satin sheen to a bold, frosty brilliance, with the design elements struck in immaculate detail. The fields surrounding Anthony's portrait are often remarkably clean and mirror-like, providing a dramatic contrast to the intricately textured hair and the sharp lettering of the inscriptions. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers and the lunar surface display a crispness that is rarely seen in this series, a testament to the quality of the Denver Mint's presses in that year. This extraordinary eye appeal transforms the coin from a simple piece of currency into a miniature work of art, captivating enthusiasts who seek aesthetic perfection as much as historical significance, and making each top-tier example a centerpiece of any collection it inhabits. The most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare, the 1981 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar stands as a remarkable numismatic artifact that beautifully merges historical narrative, artistic endeavor, and conditional rarity. From its origins as a misunderstood and maligned circulating coin, it has risen to become a celebrated centerpiece for advanced collectors who appreciate the challenge of securing a common issue in uncommon perfection. Its steady appreciation in the highest grades underscores its solidity as both a collectible and an investment. For any numismatist seeking a tangible piece of late 20th century monetary history that offers both depth and the thrill of the hunt, the pursuit of a superlative 1981 D. Anthony dollar is an immensely rewarding endeavor, promising lasting value and pride of ownership for generations to come.